Hello. Snipes back with some PSO, the Polish System Open League. We have Bongol versus Indar. And we are on Assault at the Satellite Array. Bongol flying Empire, starting with Juno, with outmaneuver and fire control systems. SL Darth Vader with the Hate, ion missiles, and afterburners. Lieutenant Sai with 000 and targeting computer. And finally, Flight Leader Ubble with Sync Blazer, BT-1, Ablative, and Ruthless. On the other side, we have Lando. This is Indar playing Resistance. We have Lando with Perceptive Copilot, Paige Tico, VTG, and Ray's Millennium Falcon. Zori Bliss with Proton Torpedoes, Tier Fun Belly Run, Dorsal Turret, and R4. And we have V with Automated Target Priority and PZ for CO. And finally, Poe Dameron with Heroic, R4, and Plasma Torpedoes. Indar will be first player this starting round. And I think this will be interesting because we don't normally get to see Juno anymore, at least from the Empire lists I've seen. And her being without maneuver is also pretty cool. The only thing I'm uncertain about is based on where he put it. Now, he had to place his I-5 first, but because Juno's down here, with Vader especially too, I don't know how much use you're going to get out of outmaneuver. Level with just the one straight. Juno with the one straight and just a focus. Yeah, at least there is an M9G8. Instead you have V who gets to look at your dials. But honestly, V doesn't feel that bad. I honestly don't care about V. I mean, it's annoying, but it's overall not too bad. It's fine. We hopefully won't have to suffer Lando for much longer in Keeper. Praying to the XWA overlords that they fixed it. And yeah. Really, V is one of your hard counters? I think he'd be pretty meh, because even if I know what you're doing, you still have the boost. Oh, Lando. you said I don't mind V, and then that's one of my hard counters. So for a second, I thought you might be talking about him. Like, really? Juno without maneuver here is also interesting because she doesn't have a palp force or any way to get like a passive mod. Okay, Innkeeper, I honestly think that Wedge will be kind of okay. It totally depends on how much loadout the Falcons still have. Because him as a card itself is pretty decent. It's what, outmaneuver if they aren't looking at you? But realistically, what are the ships that have gunners in Resistance? I think it's just the Falcon and then the Star Fortress. Right? Maybe there's one other ship that I'm not thinking of that has it. but it's 10 points for a pseudo outmaneuver. Unless I'm not remembering the card correctly, but it's more expensive than just taking outmaneuver. Yeah, Ray would definitely be really threatening with Wedge potentially. The issue is you really want Finn on Ray too. Hey, number. Thanks. Oh, Ray Gunner might be better. I would assume Ray Gunner will always be better just because that's auto results versus maybe your opponent doesn't roll well. But it also requires your opponent not to be looking at you, which in a Falcon or a Star Fortress is going to be hard to do unless you're Poe. If I had to guess, Wedge will get lowered in price from whatever he is, so I can't imagine he's very cheap. You think he's going to be 11 points, buddy? I mean, that's honestly fair. That'd be around what I'd be thinking, because you can't have him be less than 10 or 9 points in my opinion, because then he's just better than outmaneuver, and it's a turret outmaneuver at that point, so you just do flybys. Outmaneuver at least requires your front arc, so that's one of the beneficial things. Yeah, I mean, I agree, Bender. It's just at the same time, what Falcon do you think is going to have enough loadout to fit him and take all the tools they want? That would be the only thing I'm thinking of. Trickshot Han. So really, Bender, what you're saying is you want Blackout, button resistance. Here we're seeing Lando do a boost, takes the focus because it was a red action, gets 2 focuses because he has Perceptive Copilot or something, yeah. Ugh. Here comes the broken double tap. Oh well, what can you do? I will say the good news here is it's most likely going to go into Psy, which you don't care about anyways. Actually, Wedge might be decent on a VTG Falcon. Maybe I'm not thinking of it right. I don't know. Do we think they're still going to have all their gunner slots? Or the points to bring that? Because that seems like a broken combo. If you bring Wedge and VTG and just fly him past people, maybe get 2 shots. Yeah, I mean, buddy, that does sound like a pretty strong thing. I mean, if you're Poe here, you can boost and then focus and give Zori the boost as well, if you really want. Otherwise, you just sit there. Lando did only use one charge of his ability. I think there should be a way where he could have gotten focus lock, but I don't know if there is. That was easy. Got one crit, one hit, one eye. I'm gonna ask if they can roll on the carpet if they don't do it again. So Lando only did take one shield. What do you think about the new Tri-Fighter Innkeeper? Do you even have any thoughts on that? Or Buddy? Two hits. Two will go through, -1. It'll only go down to 1. Should only be 1. He has a reinforce. Okay. Yeah, I will say it will 100% depend on its cost. At least for if you even bring it over like T81 or Volan. 1 more damage into this shuttle. I do think it will be really fun to fly depending on its loadout, just because you get to move at I6. I think where it will struggle is it wants to line up Bullseye and shoot at I6, but it's also a 3 health ship, which means you want to flank with it if possible. So Lando did just take 2 more shields, nattied out on that attack. And if you run it as a flanker, which it kind of wants to do, then you're putting yourself in harm's way. Or not putting yourself in harm's way, but you're only having a calculate as modifications. Well, if T81 is 11 points, because that's what he is currently, so if he stays the same and nothing happens to him, if the I6 costs the same as T81, you take T81 instead of him. If it costs less than T81, then you can make an argument to bring him. And if he costs less than Vol and DOS, I think he's auto-include in your list. If he's more than either of them, he's probably not worth it, because Vol and DOS is consistent, and you can put Notorious on him. And T81 is unlimited reroll droid, so he's more useful. He would. So if you're overtaking T81, and I'm specifically the SL version of T81, you would need like 15 to 20 loadout on the Tri-Fighter just to make him worth it, in my opinion. Because otherwise you're not able to bring enough to where he actually gets to live if you fly him mediocre. That ship at 11 points would be a do or die with your bullseye, and if you miss it once, he's going to blow up. Unless you're intentionally arc dodging, that's a little bit of a different story. But at that point, now you're no longer getting to shoot at I6, and that really hurts still. Like, don't get me wrong, I think he'll be an amazing ship, just in general. But I don't think his points will be worth bringing him over the others. Ooh, going for a block on Lando. I don't hate it. I'm just worried that you're going to hit the rock next turn, I think. If Juno did a 3 bank, she might be able to do the lock into boost towards Lando. That would be nice. Hubble did the 2 bank. I don't know that he'll have a shot. It'll be close. It's blocking the wing. I think he might just have a shot. Yeah, he'll get the double tap, but he's already lost all 3 of his shields, so... he might just get obliterated immediately. Well, not immediately, but he might get punished here, actually, depending on where Vader and Juno go. Does take the lock on Lando. FLU, Flight Leader Ubble, flu. Giving people the flu. So what you could do here, Innkeeper, is you could barrel roll to the right and then boost with Juno with her ability, and you wouldn't have a token, but you'd at least be able to probably block him because you know he's doing the 1 straight as well. Otherwise, what you do is you target lock boost to the left. Okay, I don't like this one though. I don't like this maneuver. It's doing the barrel roll focus. I think that I think that one's a mistake. Well, Poe, why are you locking Vader? What's going on? I, am I missing something? Is there a reason to lock Vader here instead of shoot Juno range 1? I mean, I guess. I'm really surprised they didn't hard bank in towards Lando. I would have wanted to kill Lando here. Especially if you're going with the too hard block by the shuttle. Yeah, Vader did need to lock Zori. That would have been a good decision. Vader is range 2, just barely. It hit crit from Poe, and Vader will roll. I mean, you spend a force here and then get it back instantly. Yeah, so he takes a force, takes a shield, gets the force back. Biddy, I can't set up that stream. The stream overlord named Twitch doesn't let me. Not yet. Plus, when I'm even able to make betting available, it would mean that I'd had to set up the. I believe it would mean I have to set up ads, which I don't think anybody wants anyways. Good shot by Vader though, back at Poe. Why did Vader take 2 shields? Does he have plasma? Yeah, he shot a plasma. Okay. Poe will take all shields as well. Hate is a must, so he should have gotten it back, but I don't know what all I'm allowed to say. It literally just says after you suffer 1 or more damage, you recover that many force. Okay, well he added it. He should be actually at full force because the extra shield. But hit crits from Poe into Vader. Or I mean Lando. I always see the Falcon and I think Poe. He's fine. And then we're going to see the rotate and shoot again. I think it's a mistake to shoot Ubble here. I mean, you missed. But if you did damage to him, then he gets to take a bonus shot at you. Better just to whiff here and not let him get the bonus shot. Okay, we spend. It's interesting. He will take the card as well. Yeah, and he does just have you in arc, so now he gets 2 shots at Lando. I believe Sai did not use 000. It doesn't look like it. Does have the lock on Obel. I think you just spend it. Went from 3 eyes to 3 hits, and Lando will take 3 more, which is half points. Wait, what? Zori, why are you shooting range 1 into Juno? Okay, he decided to shoot a proton torpedo. Okay. Does get 3 hits and a crit. Invader will take shield crit. Console fire. Yeah, he should have just rolled 1 more red dice. I don't know that it would have changed anything because he would have been able to spend the lock anyways. But it could have. The crit was console fire. Okay. Personally, he shouldn't have even been able to shoot at Vader after he declared Juno. But even after that, I don't know that you should have re-rolled everything. Ubble did 3 damage to Lando, and Lando did 1 damage to Ubble. Ubble hasn't taken his real shot yet. We are going to see Poe take 2 more. That's the whole damage deck. Wait, he shot at Lando, actually. Lando should have... Oh, wait, okay, it was on Poe. I'm confused now. I don't know where they're moving their cards and stuff. I don't know what's going on. We are going to see a Ruthless here by Obel into Sai. Gets hit, crit. Hit. Hit. And if this is a direct, it'll kill him. It's a crit. He is Ruthless, so he Ruthless Ubble, Lieutenant Sai. And it's a direct! Lando's dead. One, two, three, four, five, six. Oh wait, no, I'm lying. It's Hull Breach. He's on 1. He has 1 health left. I lied. I thought he took 1 more. We'll see if he dies from this shot anyways. It's going to be a range 0. Okay, Lando dies. So buddy, Lando shot Vader once, and then he shot Sai once. He whiffed on Vader because it was range 3 obstructed. And then, or it was just range 3, I can't remember if it was obstructed. I think it was. And then he did no shields to Sai. Oh wait, yeah, Ubble. My bad. He did 1 damage to Ubble. See, I originally said that. I'm just lying to myself now. Lando's completely gone though. All right, Biddy, I know you play CIS. So what do you think about the new configuration for the Nantex? Also, yeah, Side's in a little bit of a rough spot, but I don't know that you care. You just do the. I think realistically, you either 1-bank or you do the 2-bank and hope to fit, but you're gonna hit one of these 2 rocks anyways. So you do the 1-bank, accept 1 rock and 2 hard, and just not hit the other. Unless the 1-banks are blue on those, right? Yeah, their 1-banks are blue, or they have a blue 2 straight. So you could do the 2 straight and then try and turn that way, or do the 1-bank, accept the rock, and then move off of it. Yeah, I think the configuration will be cool. I can't remember though. I know it strains everybody at range 1, but does it also strain the ship itself? Like do you strain yourself and have the tractor still? Or do you only lose 1 dice? And yeah, for your second point, being unsure if the offensive enablement is worth it. You give everybody around you a strain and you automatically get your ability if you're Sunfac, because you're treating yourself as tractor, therefore you get your ability. But for everybody else, like Sunfac gets to shoot at the strained ship, but now the ship is no longer strained and doesn't have a tractor token. I feel like you give up on your other ship's potential, but you increase Sunfac's or each other small ship. Okay. So it doesn't work with big bases either, right? We do see the 1-bank. We'll take a shield and roll for 1. I'm not sure why he took 2. Maybe it was because of the Ruthless and I forgot to add it. Yeah, big bases will still put down those poor Nantex. That's why, that is another thing with it is, if you put that ability on the Nantex, you really can't fly anybody near them. They're almost like a falcon is what Sevwell put it as. Because you no longer want them to be near people. And you can't have them near your own friends either, because then you're straining them as well, which isn't ideal. Now, I don't know if it's a free upgrade or if it costs however much loadout or something. So that will also depend whether people bring it or not, is how much it costs. Because if it's a free loadout and you no longer need ensnare, then that opens up afterburners on Sunfac. Which is a little interesting to say the least. But I'm betting they know what they're doing and they... Double runs through a rock. Okay. Does he have ablative? He does have ablative, so he still needs to roll for it. Doesn't take anything. Should only take one. He got nothing on the... Yeah. But seriously, if Sunfac didn't get nerfed, and if that configuration doesn't cost anything, then it enables all the Nantex to just get busted loadout. Yeah, that was Juno. That's why she didn't lock. Poe's chasing after this Falcon. Vader might honestly bump here. I don't know what he's doing. Ooh, here's a buddy question. When Poe does his boost, is it from where he starts or where he ends? Also, you should fix console fire. Takes a lock. You should do the barrel roll. You should fix console fire, and then take a focus. So, like, you could take the lock, spend a force to fix console, then spend a force to barrel roll focus. It doesn't look like he wants to fix console, though. Alright, he's not fixing it. Two hits, does have the focus. I mean, you might as well spend. Vader's range 1 to you with a lock and a focus. You know you're dead if you're Poe, so just spend it. Chooses not to. Gets punished for it. And I think we forgot to see 000 again, because that definitely should have triggered right here. Unless he just took the stress with V and I missed it. That'll be hit, 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 crit from Vader. Hit, 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 crit. I thought it should be 2 crits, maybe. Whatever. Poe's dead. Doesn't matter. Vader rolled for his console fire and will take one. Yeah, he forgot he had console, so takes a damage. Now that should bring back his force. If he remembers, he should get a force back here because he took a damage, and hate doesn't care where you get that damage from. Zori whiffs, gets one crit into Vader, still can kill him, but he'll be fine. Hit crit into Zori. Zori will take 2 shields. And I feel like I've missed some points on objectives. He is 36, so yeah, I missed a few points. V does miss his shot, and then Empire will get 4-0. And I don't think there's a way back at this point for you to win the game if you're a Resistance, because Vader will turn and just either ionize or kill V on a one-shot. Ubble can, I mean, he's in a little bit of a precarious spot, but you can do it too hard and just accept a bump for a turn. And then Juno's gonna too hard and probably focus roll or just target lock Zori without maneuver. Plus the shuttle's gonna fly off into the sunset and just shoot V in the back. Like I could see a 2 straight here, because if V bumps into you and tries to block you on the rock again, you just fly straight over and you're getting an objective. I mean, you're right, fam. He doesn't have the HP. This game is pretty much just secured in Empire's favor. Unless he flies the ship off the board, I don't think there's a way Indar can win. Oh, they brought up dice stats. Okay. So we're tilted. Somebody is. Indar has rolled -2 greens, almost -3, and then -0.5 red. No, -2.75 red, -0.5 green, and the other has rolled 4 red and 0 green. But I don't know that you can chalk it up to that. But like Lando gave Ubble a bonus shot. You got bumped. Poe shot at Vader, Zori shot at Vader, and then Vader lived, but he also has 6 health. And you spent Poe's focus on attack, which meant he had nothing for defense. Like, I don't think dice helped, obviously, but I don't think you can pin it up to dice to why Indar has lost this game. Ooh, nice move. It's going to rotate. I think you just rotate here. You don't take a calc, so you can 2 hard back in next turn. Zori does a 5k. Okay. Can't do anything, so Vader did a 3 bank. And now what you do is you do a Afterburner's boost into a barrel roll focus. And you spend your force for a barrel roll focus because that gets you out of V's arc. Otherwise you're taking 2 shots. Otherwise you focus and then spend your force to fix console because console might kill you here too. But either way he should be out of force. Okay. You shouldn't have a force, but I don't know. Two hits from Juno if she decides to spend the focus. You might as well. Chooses not to. Still will do a shield. I'm just surprised Vader didn't 1 bank left just to shoot at V and try and get half points. Are we not shooting Vader? No, we're shooting a proton torpedo. Okay. Gets 3 eyeballs, but doesn't have a focus, sadly. And we'll get hit crit into Ubble, so crit will be going through no matter what. Ubble should still be on 7 HP from the looks of it. So takes hit, crit, down to 5. And the crit is direct, so he's down to 4. It does give half points. It doesn't. There they go. They added now. Looks like he's shooting range 1 into V. Gets that just 1. Has a target lock. Okay. Should be a crit, but we'll only get the shield anyways. Should have ended, yeah, with 1 crit, 1 hit, according to what it says in chat. Yeah, if only Sai had a calc, but I think he keeps forgetting it. And yeah, they're just calling it here. So Indar will lose 24 to 44 or 50, depending on how they do. Concedes. And Mr. Bongol will win with the Empire list that I was not certain would win when looking at it. And yeah, this was the Polish System Open League, and I hope you all have a great rest of your days.